Hey guys, welcome to another Trade Genius podcast. Bob and Phil here. Guys, we're going to talk about one of the most consistent trades you can possibly have going into summer. You're not going to want to miss this. Money to be made. Let's dive in.
Trade Genius.
Hey everybody, it's Bob with Trade Genius. Usually I do fun ads. I talk about our service, but I want to be serious with you for a second. We've been helping a lot of people trading for a long time. As you can see here, I want to let them do the talking for me for a change. But most importantly, we want to help you too. If you've not joined our service yet, come check us out, tradelikeagenius.com. Full service. We have a chat room. We have the algorithms for you. We give trades out every day. We educate you. So go to tradelikeagenius.com. Check us out. What you get out of our service is much, much more than what you put into it. And we'd like to see you in the room. Thanks for listening.
Okay, Bob, give us the gift. What are we looking for into summer?
Yeah, while we're waiting for the Fed meeting to get out of the way here in June so they can really release the markets for the summer, one of the trades that has been really consistent over the years is actually you buy crude oil in June and you sell it at the end of September. And so, it's a little choppy, usually from April to the middle of June. Oil usually pulls back some, but then after that, you get a 3-4 month window where it's probably it's the second biggest move of the year. And this year is going to be no different because we have demand rising and we have falling supply. And as you know, Phil, energy is my biggest position that I own, and we're not really getting the pullback in these energy stocks that you usually see when the markets really start to go against energy. And I think this year, they're anticipating that we're going to get a bigger push higher. And I think also too now, I think with the political volatility ratcheting up here with the conviction of Trump, I think a lot of people are going to be looking for safe havens, and I think it's going to push more people into the commodity space and away from the speculative positions. Also, NASDAQ usually doesn't have a very good summer. So, we may get a big push up in the indexes, but I think energy is going to be a big winner, Phil.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you have seasonality on oil basically bottoming out in the middle of June. And that kind of goes along with election year seasonality with the S&P 500 as well. So basically, like the way I look at this is that if we're going to get our blow off top scenario, then we should have a move underway at least by the middle of June. This market's been more in terms of seasonality has been outperforming really, because May was supposed to be a bearish month for stocks, or at least down to sideways, and we got all-time highs. Crypto's probably been behaving a little bit more towards seasonality than anything else, but I think it kind of goes along with that scenario where we just kind of take off in June and run that thing up into August, maybe September too. It just really depends, because then we have to get into kind of the dynamics of what's going on with the market. What are the algos looking for? We got, is the Fed's just going to stick to one cut or two? But I think all of that's driven. I think GDP now is probably going to be more of an issue as we move forward, and also jobs data, right? We have to watch the jobs data. If that starts to crank up, I was looking at the unemployment rate chart and we're still making that rounded bottom. It's creeping up. So any spikes on that going into August, September could be a catalyst for a top. And then I think seasonality, we drop one time into September, into October, and then you get that final, just right before the election, that pre-rally run up. I'm going to assume there's going to be a ton of hedges for this election, right? It seems like every election now, it's like more and more like do or die. I think the volatility unwind post-election could also be a little bit of a boost, as we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I think this election's all the marbles. So there's going to be some massive positioning here defensively, I think, going into the fall. And people like to own things that actually have long-term value that, look, you need energy. I don't care what anybody says, we're still pushing higher in uranium. We're still pushing higher in, oil's holding up. Natural gas is starting to get a bid. And I think people want to own things that know that these products will have to be used, and you're seeing it. So I just want to give people a heads up on it. You have 2 weeks to start building a position, and I think you're going to be happy with it. You're going to get paid.
Yeah, it looks like a good setup. All right, guys, well, let us know your thoughts on that. Please leave your comments below. If you need help navigating these markets, head over to tradegenius.co and check out our specials, and you can get in the room with Bob and I, help you navigate these nutty markets. It should be nice and volatile for the rest of the year. All right, guys, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Take care.
Trade Genius.